Father, hear my words and find favor. Hello, America. My name is Daniel 2.0. This is a playlist about how we're going to stop our kids from dying in the streets and committing massive amount of crimes. You know, the ones that didn't grow up with their father figure, the ones that watched their mom struggle, the ones that didn't have a mentor, the ones that never got pushed to the limit and guided past it, the ones that brains were programmed for addiction. And then all the modern world, the dopamine imbalance machine got to them. The perverted stuff on here got to them. The gambling got to them. The drugs got to them. The whole modern world just put them into a washing machine. That's why our kids are dying in the streets. That's why our jails are full. And I know how to fix it. Because it happened to me through the grace of God. And this is what this playlist is about. And this is the first step that we need to get into. That is the LA County. Well, any fire camp, but especially the LA County fire camp. The number one thing we need to do with these guys is push them to their limit and guide them past it. And since they haven't had any structure or organization their whole life, yeah, it kind of needs to be a little extreme. But don't worry, the LA County Fire Department, the LA County Sheriff's Department have already taken care of this for us. It's already there. The infrastructure, and they've already done this to like hundreds, if not thousands of people. So LA County Fire Department, it was created by the LA County Fire because they have there's 36, I believe, fire camps, inmate fire camps in California. 31 of them are controlled and so get men from the state level, from the state prisons. But after they realigned the sentencing protocol for most of the nonviolent criminals to do their time in county because prison was getting crowded, started letting people do nonviolent prison terms in the county jail. People will be in there for 2 or 3, 4 years. They needed a route because they needed able-bodied people that haven't been convicted of horrific crimes to go to fire camp. So LA County manages, the LA County Fire, not CAL FIRE, manages 5 or 6 camp, whatever it is. Malibu, Francisquito, Acton, Holton, there's a few of them. They want their own guys because the guys that they were getting from state weren't up to par. They wanted the Navy SEAL of inmate firefighters. And they had to create that themselves. And their justification for this was that there's like $1 trillion of personal property. As you guys have seen, they'll have the city burnt down. They always said that. I went there in 2017, 2018. I know the whole program. Well, they tell you there's $1 trillion of personal property that's at risk of wildfire damage in Los Angeles County. We need to have the best. It's an extreme program. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, we all sign waivers. We know what we're signing up for. And I don't want anything I say to ever change this program because it's perfect just the way it is. It pushes you to your absolute limit and guided path. But I'm just going to let you know, there's people that their hearts have exploded. Personally, took people down the hill on a stretcher and they got airlifted out. That's just standard practice. But that's what we need to do. We cannot change this at all, guys, because we got to push these people to their absolute limit and guide them past it because most 85% of them fathers weren't there to do that when they were young. So basically, when you go into this place, you start training. You get approved to go hiking and you start training. Now, they have something called the Olympics. I mean, dude, this is like effectively 4 times harder than going to fire camp from prison. And it's extremely hard, especially in the middle of summer when it's 120 degrees. You go for 6 miles with 25 pounds on your back and boots, and you get back and you have to run around the track and hit the tire with the sledgehammer and do 20 pull-ups, and it is crazy. You have to do that all day in the blazing heat. So as we go into the class, if you make it into the class, so you had 80 people that came in, 45 make it into the class, they never have had a class where everyone makes it. They won't allow it. They're trying to crack you. So on average, like 27 people out of the 40-something make it. I know a lot of you are thinking, this sounds like a horrible program. How can they be doing this to these inmates? Don't change it at all. Not one bit. That makes boys into men. Boys that never had their dad to push them along and say, come on, buddy, you can get it. Well, they've already had demons attached to them. They've already had all these things, so it needs to be pounded into them. And you did that to me, and I thank you for it. You'll always have my gratitude. Sheriff's Department, Fire Department, I would not be who I am today if it wasn't for you. I made it through that. I can make it through anything. And that is the first step of the healing process. Now, we have low-hanging fruit here, guys, because there's hundreds, if not thousands, of people that have gone through this training already because they've been doing it for years. And anybody who's also, you get pushed to your limit and guided past, even if you go from state and you go to a fire camp, you eventually get pushed to your limit on the fire line itself. There's something about that I like the LA County boot camp, specifically, and we can make it to where more people actually made it through. A lot of the people would throw down and quit and go, oh, I'm just going to go play pinochle at South. Chill and watch TV. Well, seeing how this is absolutely essential and we have to cure the criminal insanity of these people, we really just can't let them do that. We would have to make wherever they got to get rolled up into, wherever they're going to go if they quit, not a very good place. What's the be-all, end-all of this is turning our actual rehabilitation system, into a rehabilitation system where you run into people that are trying to push you to your limit, guide you past it, address the trauma that caused you to do the crime in the first place, and then actually heal you. That's what we're trying to turn our rehabilitation system into. It could take about 9 months. I'm going to go through the other things that have happened, and I've done all these steps myself, and it worked. I couldn't do a crime if you put a gun to my head. None of it matters without the very last step, though. But we got to go through a few other motions and things that I went through over years' time. And so this was the very first step. We got to turn our boys into men by being pushed to their limit and guided past it, because the vast majority of them did not have a mentor. All they seen was their mom struggling and stuff on TV that they want to go get. No law, because their dad never came home to lay down the law. They have no respect for the law. They saw their mom struggling. They thought they were in a man of the house. They couldn't go to work and get money. The very first opportunity they got was probably with drugs or with crime. And there went the demons. We need to have a program here in our rehabilitation system where we're going to go through and address all these things. I have done it. I'm telling you, I could not have healed myself when I came down here without the LA County Fire Camp program pushing me to my absolute limit. And they guided me past it like some amazing men. Bystrom, custody assistant straight. Deputy Para, I think you're probably retired now. Sabaton, dude, you're a beast, bro. You're a beast. This guy can hike like crazy. I think before he was a sheriff, I think he was a hotshot. McMaster, I think you're retired now, but you used to be the captain there. Deputy Garcia, I could not be where I am today if it wasn't for you, man. Thank you, man. You were so hard on us, dude. I want to make a special shout out to Foreman Alley. He's very tall. He's at Camp 11, cracking acting. And I remember, Alley, you were yelling at me. And I'm pushing up and you yell at me, Mervine, you want to quit? Just quit. And I remember yelling back at you, I don't know how to quit. I don't know how. That went twofold. Like, I don't know how to quit in anything I do, but I didn't know how to quit doing drugs. I didn't know how to quit doing crime. I didn't know how to quit doing anything at that time. Every one of you have played a part in changing my life. I would not be able to be where I'm at today without you. So I salute you. So that's the very first step. That's what happened to me. That's what gave me the ability to know my own physical ability, have self-confidence in my own physical ability, and be able to pull up out of it. Pull up out of it, because you got to be able to get active. You got to be able, but you need the confidence to do that. And when you didn't have a dad cheering you on when you were a kid to push yourself in sports, to push yourself up on a hike, you need that confidence. And that's where this comes from. All right, until next time, it's Daniel 2.0. We always ask for a prayer for the safety of me and my family. And if you want to like and subscribe, you can do that too. But the prayers are pretty powerful in my experience. All right, until next time, it's Daniel 2.0.